My name is Charles H. Brawley. I'm the creator of the Minuteman files. I'm also the creator of the Zodiac kill map. For weeks, for months, for the last 5 years, I have been showing you the truth behind the Zodiac killer. Today, we're going to talk about something a little different. We're going to talk about Mari Lago and how Donald Trump was attacked. Then we're going to move up here, Ted Kaczynski, okay, and how he ties into all this. Then we're going to move down here to Mr. Gary Ponte and how he ties in, Lawrence Kane, and I'm going to show you the connection between these people and how all these people tie into one man, Mr. Lawrence Kane, the original Zodiac killer suspect. Now, that crosshair that was on the Zodiac's chest, many of you had speculations about what it was, but I've pretty much proven exactly what it is. This map, based off the detective Harvey Hines out of Northern California up here, when the Zodiac sent him that radium up in here about Mount Diablo. This is the Mount Diablo map blown up on a national scale that's been extended out to an international and global map as well, to include the newest attacks in Hawaii, the Ukraine, several other places. This program has been in operation for decades. This map has proven it every day, every attack in America. It shows the invasion of the United States basically coming up out of Mexico. Thousands of people disappearing up into Canada, up there on the Highway of Tears. It shows it all, people, okay? So, to begin, we're going to start with Mari Lago and what that Zodiac symbol was. And I've told you this many times in the past. When you look at that crosshair on his chest, what you're going to actually find is one of these map size on the map. All of this stuff correlates with the Zodiac kill watch, okay, the Zodiac watch that they advertised, okay. But this map also ties in with the cipher letters, all them little weird symbols and flag signs and boat markings and things like that. The weird codes, well, you're looking at them right here. The angles, you can see the triangles. There's the squared off pi sections, okay, and then you got the half and quarter moons, 3/4 moons. I have figured out what most of this stuff is and how it works. I want you all to keep in mind this is a multi-dimensional map, meaning this goes up 6 levels deep. So when you're looking at this map, you're actually looking down into it, and it's going to be on 6 different levels. You know, you're going to have a national level, you know, the state level, county level, city level, street level, and then your side views, okay? This is a very strange map, one that I have never worked with before, but I have seen stuff similar to this. It was pretty simple to figure out. Basically, all I did is I took Lawrence Kane's birthplace, which was up here in Brooklyn, and I laid a symbol right over the spot where he was supposedly born, and connected it down here in Louisiana where he was married. And I was actually shocked. It landed pretty much in the exact place. But then when you put the crosshair going this way, it took you up to where was it? Let's take a look at this. Up here into the San Jose area, in the Bay Area there, just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Santa Barbara and San Francisco, the attacks. So it got me curious. I started laying it all out, and it pretty much showed me Lawrence Kane's history throughout his lifetime during those days. You could pretty much go anywhere that man went, and it shows up in this map. Okay, now when you lay this symbol out over Mari Lago and connect it in with the rest of the nation, all these connect. Everything's connecting the dots going across the map. Okay? When you run this from the Mari Lago area down here, and you run it up across the nation to see where it connects on the opposite side of the country, bam, once again it lands right there in San Francisco at the Presidio. And that tells me who the person was that gave the order to bring Donald Trump in for indictment. That was the handiwork of one Nancy Pelosi. The evidence is right there. I mean, it is a direct line right to her front door, from Donald Trump's door to her door. That is no coincidence. This same neighborhood where Nancy Pelosi lives is less than a few blocks from one of the original Zodiac kills on Cherry Street there of Paul Stein, the cabbie. In the exact same kill zone on the map. When you look at it in this map, it's an identical match. I mean, these things are, when her husband was attacked with this hammer guy last year or the year before, I don't remember when it was. I'm sure you guys have a better idea than I do. I didn't really follow it too much, but I did input it in the map, and that's how I figured out where Nancy Pelosi lives, was through that internet connection. I started putting all the pieces together and figured out that that attack was in a Zodiac kill zone. The very same one that Lawrence Kane attacked in, who I believe is the Zodiac that attacked that man in the cab that night. Okay? Straight line, people. This map doesn't lie. It's been 99% accurate from day one, and I've looked into hundreds of these cases all over the United States. There's 10,000 cases right here up in this region, this little circle of circles. 10,000 missing people right there. And all I did to confirm it is I went online, started looking up in Canada, and there was actually a university professor, doctor, whatever she is, kind of investigator that was looking into all the missing people, and she had it marked out on the map just as dots, okay, up there on her Canadian map. So I overlaid her map. I copied it, overlaid it on this, and they land it right here in this big giant circle and all these little ones right here. That's what these dots are about. I couldn't figure out what any of this was until I took that doctor's map and put it on here, and it showed me all of those disappearances. Okay? Now, as far as Ted Kaczynski goes, you know, this map points him out as one of the Zodiacs. And in my other videos, I've told you there has never been one Zodiac. There are multiple Zodiacs. There were multiple Zodiacs during this time. Each one of these quadrants represents a different killer, is what I'm learning. You know, you can have a Taurus here, a Leo there, a Scorpio, and Aquarius, or you can have a Capricorn, Gemini, you know, blah, blah, blah. And this thing changes, you know, across the country, different killers for different areas. Like, you know, I pulled up the Adolf Kors murder, and it showed up the Scorpio killer, the same Scorpio killer that attacked Adam Walsh down here in Florida. Okay, that's no coincidence. Now, when you take Ted Kaczynski's kill zone, which was right here, his bullseye, his little map side, and you run it down like the rest of them in the north to south direction, this particular map leads you right down into the Santa Cruz area, San Jose. Okay. You follow it around, and if you go the opposite direction, okay, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look in this area, this whole section right here of Northern California, from Salinas all the way up to Santa Rosa, and this quadrant, and that's probably where you'll find all the Ted Kaczynski crimes, following this route on the way back up. Anything that happened in between here, this is his kill zone, his quadrant right here. These are the squares in the cipher letters. They're broke down. Okay. Now, for Ted Kaczynski, when you cross over, guess where it leads you? Right to Lawrence Kane. That is no coincidence. These two men had a connection at some point. That would not be showing up if that wasn't the case. Okay? Now, show you another deal. This Gary Ponte. Okay? His kill zone. This tells me he worked with somebody to take Miss Donna Lass up here in his quadrant right there. He's right there by that Salt Lake or whatever, that Lake Tahoe that she disappeared from. Okay, Gary Ponte. You're gonna find him down in here somewhere. I don't remember the exact spot. He was directly across from Mount Diablo. He even, if I remember right, told the cops how to find him on the map. He was hidden in the forest, just like he said. Okay, well, when you connect Gary Ponte over here, he also connects with Ted Kaczynski. Follow it down again, Lawrence Kane. All three of these men knew each other. That is no coincidence at all. Okay? Neither is Mari Lago shooting up directly to Nancy Pelosi. That is no coincidence either. That is a fact. Okay? Then you come this way from Mari Lago, and you can see right up here in Georgia, Donald Trump. This map was made in 2018, long before Donald Trump was ever harassed by these people. Okay? This map was marked way back then. Okay? And it very clearly shows you the Georgia incident right here on this map going on. And the strange thing is all these instances happen on these red, I call them national kill lines, okay, that cross over the cross points going up and down. This is a national kill line, okay? It goes two directions. Okay? Goes this way or it goes up this way with this map side. All of this stuff is no coincidence, and I came across this very same circumstance with the Hawaii incident that just happened with the big fire over there. And I've got it mapped out, and I'm going to make a video here pretty soon to show you what I found about this Hawaii incident that went down over there with that big fire. And people are claiming there's over 1,000 missing children. Well, I used this zodiac kill map to track where that could have possibly happened to see if there was corruption involved. This is a corruption map showing you murder after murder after murder. I mean, there are thousands of murders in this map. It's showing even all the recent attacks like Uvalde. It was a dead bullseye in this map already from 2018. I told everybody they would attack down here eventually. And I also told them these Zodiac killers are still out there murdering people. They're just using different names, different titles, different themes, different agendas, okay? But it's the same people that was doing all this stuff back in the 1960s, 1970s. You know, you come down here to, what is it, Highway 277 or whatever it is, that murder that happened in like 1966. It shows up right here in the Zodiac kill map, and it's a dead bullseye. And it leads back to all the same people. It leads over here to Lawrence Kane once again, shoots straight across. I actually believe Lawrence Kane was the one behind this, and he had one of these other California Zodiacs with him when they committed this murder. I don't care what that man in prison said. I don't believe that he was involved, because this map tells me something totally different. And it leads right to the front door of Lawrence Kane, okay, in two different directions. When you follow this national kill line up, it leads you right to the Cherry Street murder and to Lawrence Kane's front door right there in San Francisco, okay. I believe this murder happened, then San Francisco began to happen. Before this murder, the Texarkana incident was going on with a different Zodiac, and this map proves there was a Zodiac involved in that. Okay, mass murdering, psychopathic killer that had some type of government connection, whether it be politicians in his family, whether it be law enforcement, political high end, like presidents and things like that, senators. This man was connected to somebody. Same thing with the little girl that was murdered in her house over here. I don't remember her name. She was the fancy big model that was known all over the world. Political connection to that. This proves it to me right here. I hope I helped you understand some of this stuff. Okay. This map is confusing. It really needs to be inputted into a computer so a computer could figure out exactly what's going on here. If you inputted this thing and created a 3D model into a high, like an AI computer, and put in all the stuff that I know about this and what these case breaker people have found, all of these guys up in Canada that's been investigating this, California, the few cops that actually investigate it, New York, the cops that investigated Zodiac, you're going to find out all of this stuff is connected. Every last bit of it, just like I said. And it all leads back to one group of people in the end. But it is my opinion, there are dozens, maybe hundreds of these Zodiacs out there. This costume clown from the 1970s and 80s was just a media propaganda stunt to put people in fear for whatever political agenda that was going on at that time. And that's what the Zodiac has been telling the world all along. He dared you to find all the dead bodies, okay? Well, he wasn't just talking about San Francisco. He was talking about the entire Zodiac network. Globally. He gave you that piece of radium from Mount Diablo, and he dared you to solve the map. He even told you in that map that he gave you where he lived. The guy that gave you the radium, okay? You had multiple guys that dealt in the woods. You had Kaczynski. You had this Lawrence Kane, Gary Ponte, and many others that I'm not going to mention at this time. There are other people out there, and the way I can find out whether these people were involved in any of these Zodiac murders is to simply input them in one of these maps. And it will tell me everything they have ever done, okay? If they murdered somebody, it's going to be in here. But my favorite with these Zodiacs, and these cops haven't made connections yet to it, but I've already tried to show the world what happened up here in Salt Lake in the Salt Air Incident. Okay, when you're looking at this Salt Air Incident, it leads right down in here to Las Vegas, right to Lawrence Kane's front door. Okay, it also leads you to the Riverside Incident. Both times, Lawrence Kane has a direct connection to both of those incidents. Salt Air, there was a girl that was raped in a white Carmen Ghia. Up in San Francisco, girl was attacked at a bus stop by a guy in a white Carmen Ghia. Down here in California, down off of Highway 62 past 29 Palms, Lawrence Kane in a white convertible Carmen Ghia. The connections are undeniable, people. And it goes on and on and on and on. I could go for weeks telling you about these murders and how this map works. But I wanted to update you on some of this stuff with Donald Trump, how the Mari Lago incident right here, when you run the Zodiac kill map, put the cipher, mark out the kill zone, and then run a national trace on it with the national kill line, like all this other stuff, it literally leads right to Nancy Pelosi's front door. And it is my guess, if you find the paper trail, the electronic wire trail, whatever she did, you will find out she gave the order for this incident down here in Mar-a-Lago. I'm Charles H. Brawley. I'm the creator of the Zodiac Kill Map. I'm also the creator of the MINUTEMAN files. End file 2023, September